Hi, bonjour à tous. I'm Inada Vandi and welcome to French Learning with Vandi. In today's video, I'm gonna talk about reading. I'm gonna talk about reading and I'm gonna read from this book called Easy French Reader. All right, and let's talk about reading. Let's talk about reading I personally feel like reading is kind of overlooked. I feel like reading, it's kind of overlooked. Most people think that reading is not necessary, or it's not necessary to practice reading. I mean, if it's your first language, like literally, if it's your first language, or if you're in high school or in college, um, I could kind of understand, and probably give you a pass on that. If it's your first language and you think that it's not necessary to practice it, if it's your first language, but if it's your second language, if it's your second language, or if it's a language that you're learning, you might want to reconsider that. Because reading is also a skill in language learning. It's also a skill. I mean, I know that reading is not like the most exciting thing to do. Like nobody get up and be like, yeah, I'm reading today. Oh yeah, I'm gonna go read. Yeah, I'm reading this book. Oh yeah, I'm reading. Yay. Yeah, like literally, like nobody goes like that. Like nobody get that excited about reading. But if you're learning a language, if you're learning a language, you might wanna give it a try at least once in a while. I mean, like I said, if it's your first language, then but if it's a language that you're learning, because it's also a skill in language learning, and it needs to be developed, and I have a list of skills in language learning, skills that needs to be developed. We have reading is one of them. We have listening, speaking, reading, and writing, right? It's also a skills that needs to be done. And I recently got called out for one of these. If you could take a guess, for reading, right? In my online class. And for those that doesn't know, I'm currently enrolled in an online class through Lingoda. And this lady, she asked me to read, and when I read, oh gosh, like it's literally sound like I was counting, like literally that's what it sounded like. It was really bad. It was terrible. She asked, she was like, Aminata, do you read? Do you practice reading at home? I was like, yeah, duh. But I mean, I wasn't surprised, like honestly, like I wasn't surprised. She called me out. She picked it up that I need to work on my reading, because when I read, it sounds like I'm counting the words. She advised me to like read often, and when you read, when you read, read out loud. Even if you're reading to yourself, try to read out loud. Yeah I have the same. I'll say the same for you, or for language learners. Like I said, especially if it's your second, third, or fourth, or if you're learning the language, you want to like practice reading. When you read, you want to read out loud. If it's your first language, maybe, but when you're learning a language, even if you are in high school or in college, when you're learning a language, academically, you are like elementary or probably even kindergarten level in that language, in the language you're learning. Let's say, for example, let's say you are in high school or in college, and English is your first language. yeah, English is your first language. If you're learning German, for example, yeah, if you're learning German, you are like a elementary or probably even kindergarten level in German, in that language. Yeah, because your high school yeah, grades, or your college degree, yeah, your college level, your high school or college level, your education level is in your first language. Yeah, it's higher in your first language, right? It's in your, yeah, yeah, and then in German, or in the language that you're learning, it doesn't, yeah, it's not equivalent. Yeah, in that language that you're learning, you are like elementary or probably even kindergarten level. Yeah, yeah, so that's why, yeah, you, yeah, and even, let's say, if you look at it, like most of the time, like when we are younger, or like in kindergarten age, like our parents like will ask us or force us to like read, like, yeah, they will yeah, read, even let's say, even if, yeah, in English, when you were in kindergarten, when you were in kindergarten, your parents will like encourage you to read, yeah, yeah, because at that time, even, yeah, with English, even with your first language, at that time, let's say in kindergarten level, yeah, that's you, it's a skill that you need to develop, because yeah, they don't, yeah, because you don't want to like read and kind of like counting, like literally, but yeah, you want to develop it, yeah. So if you like, yeah, take that same, let's say, around when you were around, like, let's say, elementary or kindergarten, even, yeah, your parent, yeah, you were like asked or encouraged to read, yeah, the same, and when you're learning a language, you are like in elementary or probably even kindergarten, so also you want to develop that skill. It's a skill, yeah, you don't want to like pay, yeah, yeah, I mean, like I said, it's not the most fun to do. Like, who likes reading? It's not the most fun to do, but it's the whole point, yeah, the whole, yeah, what I'm trying to like, um yeah, point out is that you don't want to like totally neglect, yeah, you don't want to like ignore or neglect, like it's not necessary, or yeah, and as language learners, I know that we mostly kind of prioritize listening and speaking, or speaking and listening, yeah, that's what we prioritize, like most of the time, yeah, I mean, it's understandable, especially if you're if you want to be fluent in a language, yeah, most of the time you prioritize your goal, yeah, speaking and listening, even me, yeah, I like do more of listening, like literally, I listen to something in French, at least every other day, like literally at least every other day, like a podcast, yeah, a podcast, or a CD, YouTube video, something, yeah, I do listening almost every other day, and yeah, and my listening is, yeah, it's good than all of these other skills. It's better than all of them, like literally, yeah, it's not a surprise. It's because that's what I spend most of my time doing. Most of the time, at least every other day, like every day, or at least every other day, I will listen to something French. So my listening is very, yeah, because I pay more attention to that, but yeah, as language learners, yeah, I will encourage all of us. I'm also learning, yeah, encourage us, yeah, I mean, yeah, it's understandable, like what we try to prioritize, yeah, probably the first two, but especially, but yeah, you also don't wanna, like totally like ignore, especially this one, reading like it doesn't exist, and and one of these days, probably in about a week or two, I'll do a video on the skill, listening, the skill of listening, yeah, yeah, but yeah, just want to encourage us, like, don't ignore, yeah, especially reading, reading, you don't want to ignore it, yeah, at least, once in a while. Yeah, and like I said, it's not the most fun thing to do. Yeah, it's not the most fun thing to do. Nobody gets so excited about reading except you are. I won't say that, but yeah. Um, in America, here in America, yeah, in America, we have something that will say, for example, be like, nobody do this except nobody. Yeah, I start with. I won't say it. Um, I have no. Yeah. It's not the most fun thing to do, but yeah, if your goal is to speak the language, or if you wanna speak the language, you definitely wanna get like a beginner or elementary. Yeah, you want to get like beginner books like this, I highly recommend. All right, and I'm gonna read now. Just a paragraph. Yeah, and it's titled à l'école de Julie. À l'école de Julie, literally at the school of Julie. École means school. Yeah, école, school. But with the French, they don't say nouns by itself. They won't say nouns by itself. Like in English, you could just say school, building, flower, etc. Yeah, we could just say nouns by itself: man, a woman, boy, girl, etc. In English, we could say noun by itself, right? Yeah, but with the French, they don't say nouns by themselves. They most of it always they will put a THE in front of it before they say it. Nous sommes à l'école de Julie, l'école américaine à Paris. Les élèves sont américains, mais le professeur est français. C'est le premier jour de l'école et la première leçon de français. Alright, and that is all that I have for today, and thanks for watching, and if you haven't subscribed, or if you are seeing this channel for the first time, please subscribe on this channel. We do everything language learning, everything on this channel revolve around language learning, especially French. Yeah, please subscribe. I post videos twice a week, and yeah, and feel free to share this video. French learning with Vandi.